welcome to MagicGatheringStrat. I'm Dan, I'm doing something very different today. This is a what-if scenario for Pauper. I received a question from Sebastian Baumraucher asking me the following question. There were 10 uncommon lands in the original Ravnica Block that had a guild-related activated ability. If wizards were to shift those 10 to common, do you think they would break the format? Would they kill any archetype outright? What kinds of deck would win-lose the most? So let's look at these 10 lands. Starting with Vitu-Ghazi, the City 3 for Celestia. This has a very similar ability to Celestia Evangel. Celestia Evangel is 1 mana cheaper, if I remember correctly. Sees fringe play in token decks. And I think that is what would happen to the City 3 as well. Maybe some decks would play a couple of them just for... But I don't think this would change anything. These are also questions to you, of course. Do you think these lands could be good in Pauper? Would they kill any archetype outright? And would they change any of the top decks? Okay, I don't know which set they are in, so we're looking for them, for all 10 of them. We're going to look at Duskmantle, the House of Shadow. It's a mill land, much like Nephalia Drownyard from Innistrad, but it mills just 1 card. I guess you could mill yourself for some reason, but that seems very bad. As a really slow win con, it may work. You don't have to play the Curse of Echoes, that's the name of the card, right? In the Dimir creatureless control decks, but you could play this instead, but oh god, so slow. And you might even draw too many cards yourself so that you can't win anyway. So I'm not too impressed by this. I think it would see play, but not much more. Okay, let's try to find the others. Next one is the Boros land, Sunhome, Fortress of the Legion. This sees play, right? In Amulet Bloom. Double strike for 4 mana. This seems powerful. But would it fit into... Would like Boros Kitty want it? Nah. Not really, right? This might spawn a new deck in some way. Would be... Perhaps fit into Delver Fiend? What do you think of this land? I think this has potential. This is a very powerful ability. It's very costly, but wow, this could do some damage. Okay, let me know what you think. Looking for land number 4. It's the Golgarian Svogthos, the Restless Tomb. I never heard of this card, and that's probably bad for it. Until end of turn, Svogthos becomes a black and green plant zombie creature. Oh, it becomes... Wow, this seems good, I guess. Like in a Tortured Existence deck or something. Maybe you just play Gurmagangler instead. Did this see play? I have a hard time evaluating this. It looks really powerful. Okay, moving on to the second set of Ravnica Block. Okay, these are the Guild Pact Uncommons, and now we're looking for land number 5. Land number 5. It's Nivix, Aerie of the Firemind. Well, it's the Chandra effect, right? Remove the top card of your library from the game until next turn. You can play that card if it's an instant or sorcery, but you have to pay its mana cost as well. This seems super slow. And no, I don't think this is anything. What do you think? Checking land number 6. It's Orzhova, the Church of Deals. Wow, this is attrition. Yeah, this seems way too slow. Remember how Extort didn't really work in Classic Pauper? And I don't think this would work either. It's just too much mana. If you can do this, you can win in 1,000 other ways. The last of the Guild Pact lands is Skarrg, the Rage Pit. Okay, we got +1/+1 against trample until end of turn. Yeah, red-green is not really a deck in Pauper, is it? Giving trample to stuff seems super good in Infect. Maybe in Hexproof. So, and maybe in Delver Fiend. So I'm kind of liking it. But could you fit extra colors into those decks? Red is not, or one of these colors does not go naturally into those decks. Let me know what you think. But this has potential. Okay, moving on to Dissension for the last 3 lands. Here's another one I have never heard of. Novijen, the Heart of Progress for Simic. On each creature came into play this turn. This is similar to Oran Reef the Westwood, but it is very, very expensive. This looks like a good card in that it would certainly spawn some ideas, and I think it's powerful enough to build new tier 2, tier 3 decks around. So this would be an exciting card. Overall, I feel that these cards would be a great addition to Pauper. But will they ever be printed at common? How would they be printed at common? Maybe they could be printed at common in Commander or something. But you would never see them in Modern Masters at common. They would just wreck draft, wouldn't they? 2 more to go. It's Prahv, the Spires of Order, Azorius. Whoa. It's a kind of a super expensive Maze of It-like card. Oh god, that would make Pauper grindy. If this was good enough to be playable, I'm not sure it is. And our final land is the most fun place to be. Rick's Maadi, the Dungeon Palace. Each player discards a card. Huh? Okay, so you could have like Hellbent and Madness stuff happening. Yeah, this also looks much like the Simic land. I think this is an interesting card. This would force people to think. And as we know, there's a lot of room for invention in Pauper. You can build a lot of different decks. And I think my overall statement, to answer the questions that Sebastian asked me, I don't think these cards would break the format. I don't think any archetype would die outright. Can you think of one? And I think the decks that would gain the most from this would be decks we haven't seen yet that would then become possible. And I don't think any tier 1 deck would really benefit super much from any of these. But now I want to hear your thoughts on the cards. Thank you for watching. And thank you, Sebastian, for asking a very interesting question.
Thank you for watching. Please like and subscribe. It really helps us out. You can find us on Twitter at MagicGatheringStrat, Facebook /MagicGatheringStrat, or on the web, MagicGatheringStrat.com. There you can find articles and free prize-supported leagues. This is all brought to you by our Patreons and CardHoarder.com. If you enjoyed this content, please consider supporting us at patreon.com/MagicGatheringStrat.